Hello everyone, I thought I'd do an extra reading today, and I will see what was coming in for us. So there seems to be a lot of energy around, the twin flame relationships and the soulmate relationships, but I thought maybe the other people would like to hear what's going on for them too. So I thought I'd do a singles read. Sorry, I've just raced up the stairs. I'll get my breath back in a moment. I just sometimes have these little epiphanies or little wake-ups or little messages from Spirit, and I just go for it. Okay, so I'm going to use the Arcanum Tarot here. Okay. All right. The Five of Cups is coming out. Now, the Five of Cups is a card of feeling a little sad, looking back at the past. It sometimes can be that feeling of, being a bit lonely or just sort of wanting things to change in your life. Looking back at the past is not a bad thing. It's living there that's the problem. So if you're unable to let go of things, it doesn't allow you to move forward or take new opportunities coming in. Behind that, we have the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups in this position with this card would say to me that the universe is saying to you, you need to be more childlike, have a more childlike approach to things. Maybe not take things so seriously. Maybe remember what it was like when you were a child and you were able to just let things go. And you only worried about what you were doing then, now, and in the moment. There was no worry about the past, no worry about the future. And that's what happened when you were a child. Okay, so it looks as though you've got a bit of a choice here on which way to go. Now, the Pentacles represent two different things, but two things that offer you very, very similar outcomes. So maybe you have, two people to choose from, two directions to go in. Can be two jobs too. But it seems to me the universe is giving you a choice here. So do you drop that pentacle and do you go after the future, or do you hang on to the pentacle and stay with the past? The star is saying you should move forward because you have a destiny. So you have something waiting for you in your future. And it's going to make you very happy, very joyous. But you have to take on this childlike energy. That's not living in the past, not worrying about the future, but living in the moment. Nice little mini read. Okay. All right, so we have the Queen of Swords coming in here. So the Queen of Swords can represent a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, but moreover, this energy is of this person. You see her trying to wield this sword. She's not really 100% sure of what she's doing here, but she's still giving it a go. So maybe you're unsure of what the future holds, but you're still willing to give it a little bit of a try. You're still willing to take chances. And this is about moving in your truth, moving in your clarity. So being able to accept what comes in your direction. Okay, so first off, there's an important message here, and this is about dropping the burdens of the past. You can't carry them any longer. They may be making your back sore, they may be making you tired, but it's time to put them down. These are the worries you've been carrying around with you. So the universe is saying it's time to put them down now and have a fresh new start. Oh, lovely. Okay, so let's first get into manifesting. So they want you to start looking at what is it you want, what direction do you want to go in, and put some ideas out into the universe now about what you want from your life. What do you want to see? What do you want to have in it? And maybe not concentrating on the things that have gone wrong rather than missing. If you're always focused on what's gone wrong in your life, then you're not focusing on what can go right here. And the universe is standing behind you with something for you. But if you're sitting down looking at all the things that have gone wrong, and if you're negative and you're in this negative mindset and carrying around all these problems and issues, you're not going to be able to move forward. So this is about understanding that you need to manifest for the good and allow the stuff that's not positive to move away. Because there are great changes out there. So Sometimes if you're negative about finding love, or negative about, whether love exists, or negative about who wants you, or I'm never going to find it, I want to tell you that there is something coming in for you here, without any doubt. Those are the arrows of love. So maybe by sort of changing your thinking here around sort of giving yourself a hard time and revisiting those things that have gone wrong, maybe now it's time to stand in your truth and start to manifest what you want in your life. Okay, so you have someone coming in, possibly a Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio here. But I want to say to you, this is more about this person's energy. His cup is really big, right? He's got a lot of love here. And he wants a new start. But he's also feeling a little bit reluctant about moving forward too, because he's worried that you are perhaps expecting more from him than what he can offer you. Okay, we have the Three of Cups here. Let's just keep going with that. And the Hanged Man. So the universe is definitely calling you here to work on, what's holding you back. Okay, because something is coming in for you here. Something is on its way to you. It could be something that you're really going to celebrate. It could be, let me just go back because I want to put some more cards on it. So we have you looking back at the past, and the universe is saying you're not going anywhere while you stay in this energy because you're holding on to past stuff. You have to be more like a child where you live just in the moment. A child doesn't worry what they're doing later or what they're doing tomorrow. They've forgotten after half an hour. So they have no concept of time. There is no concept of time when you're a child. There is no concept of past and future. You haven't even learned what that meant. They're all human concepts, right? As a child, all you know is what you're doing in that moment. You don't really worry about anybody else either. You're just in that element, and that's where they want you to be. So there seems to be a choice here on whether you let go or whether you hang on. That's your choice. But the universe is saying if you want to take a step into the future, we want to offer you something absolutely beautiful here. But you have to get into this childlike energy. You have to remember how to live in the moment. So I feel like somewhere here you've got someone who's waiting in the wings for you. You do have someone waiting here. But because you're so focused on this, the things that can go wrong or the things that you don't deserve, that you're not looking at what you do deserve and what is in your future. Now, when you're thinking about all those things that you don't deserve, that's your ego kicking in. So there needs to be some work here with this Hanged Man to start looking at things differently. And the first thing is understanding what is your ego and what is your intuition. Your ego is generally quite negative. It does sort of make you look at the things that have gone wrong rather than things that can go right. But you can switch that up by challenging your negative thoughts. So when you have a negative thought, like I'm never going to find love or I'm never going to meet someone, then stop for a moment, just thank your ego for telling you that and just move on and acknowledge the negative thought that you've had. Because what's happening is you're driving yourself mad here and you're putting yourself in a prison and you can't move forward all the time you're hanging on to this energy. So this is about trying to understand how to manifest, how to ask the universe for what you want. Putting down these burdens here, this stuff you've been carrying around, these negative ideas, these negative thoughts. Because you have someone here waiting in the wings for you that's coming forward, that's going to create you a great deal of celebration for you here. For some of you, this can be someone that you know already or someone from your past. But for a lot of you here, this is someone brand new who's ready to offer love. Okay, we have the Six of Swords, moving away from these past energies, taking your ideas with you, but not taking anything you don't need. Moving out of the darkness into the light here. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune coming in as well. So we definitely got changes coming in and balance. Okay, so the universe is saying here, this is up to you. This is up to you what direction you go in. We want to move you forward. We want to offer you something, and we want you to stop repeating these patterns and cycles that leave you in this sort of prison because you're fearful and scared of trying something again in case it doesn't work. That's what happens. This is your fear holding you back. So rather than facing your fear, you start to create this idea of, I don't deserve love, there is no love for me, there is no such thing as love. Because really what you're doing is you're protecting yourself. So do you want to be like this and have this life, is what Spirit is saying. You have an opportunity here to change the way here that you think about things. So it's like giving yourself your own enlightenment here. Bringing in a sense of balance. So the universe is saying here, if you're prepared to move away from this, we're prepared to help you bring in this balance and move you towards your dreams and wishes. But you have to be prepared to move away first. So for some of you, this is about, maybe meditating, maybe understanding or feeling out the difference between your intuition and your ego. Maybe understanding what the ego is and why you have an ego. Understanding where the ego comes from and the concepts and ideas that you've taken as a child that you're still carrying with you, when in fact as a child you should be living in the moment. Okay, so I have two cards coming out here. We have the Earth Keeper and Thunder. So the Earth Keeper is number 18. I'm going to read that first, but I'm only going to read for that one the invitation. You have outgrown your small dream of success and achievement, and you're ready to dream big with possibilities beyond your wildest expectations. Take on the mantle of the Earth Keeper and reach out to a friend in need who you may not have been in touch with for some time. Take care of your pets and feed the strays that come by. Clean up your yard, as this is a reflection of your relationship to the earth. Grow the sacred dream and your personal life will flourish. Remember, it's not about me any longer. Because you want to bring in someone new to share it with. Okay, so the card of Thunder, which is 56. And for that one, I'm going to read the medicine. Do you feel like unnecessary drama is waylaying your life? Could you be exhausted from listening to others tell you their never-ending victim story, or could you be telling yourself a version of the same? It's time for an about face. You're being warned that to continue on this path will cause you to regret your choices, even if they appear benign or familiar. It's time to say no to drama, both yours and others. Focus on solutions rather than problems. You are worthy of a drama-free life. I couldn't have said it any better. Have a fabulous day.